everyone, my name is Lauren. I'm the Associate Curator of our Ambassador team here at ZooTampa, and today we're going to be talking about our Macaw Flyover we have here at the zoo and the steps it took to train the behavior. Our Macaw Flyover, where we free fly our flock of macaws, was trained through a lot of really small steps. So we started by training our birds to fly from hand to hand between trainers with just a few feet between us, and then we would extend that distance. Some of our flights are what we call blind A to Bs, where there was no visual of the other trainer. So that took a lot of yelling. So we would have someone stand on the other side of like the wall or the fence or whatever was blocking the visual and call their names. And because they know their names so well and their trainers' voices, they would make that flight. And so then we just pieced all of those little steps together to be what you guys know as our Macaw Flyover. So for our flyover, we have multiple locations where trainers are stationed throughout the behavior. We have what we consider their home, which is their habitat, and that is where they are released for the behavior. We literally open the door to their habitat and they fly straight out of it. We have a station that's kind of a secret to guests that is on the guest pathway at our Indian rhino habitat. And that's just a halfway point, and it gives us the ability to be more variable with the behavior because we have them stop there on the way up front and the way back home from the behavior, but we can also do multiple repetitions of them flying up to the front of the zoo there. So it gives us variability. And then the last station is up at the front by our manatee fountains. We have a tree stationed up there that they do loops from, and that's probably where most guests recognize the flyover and get to see them up close. Our macaws really benefit from doing our flyover every single day. It really improves their welfare because it gives them the opportunity to fly outside. They fly up to a mile or two every single day during the flyover, which is really natural for them. And the wild macaws can fly miles every single day just looking for food and foraging. So it gives them that natural opportunity, and it gives them exercise, keeps them in good shape, and also just allows them to be mentally stimulated by seeing a lot of different things. Whether it's seeing new things we're offering at the zoo, like right now they're flying by our dinosaur exhibit area, or just seeing all of the different guests every single day. Probably our most common question we get asked during our flyovers is why our birds don't fly away, and if they did fly away, what happens? So our macaws are amazingly trained. They have really strong relationships with their trainer, and that's something we strive for. So that they want to stay with us, whether that's because we have reinforcement and they're getting some of their favorite snacks. Sometimes I think that even if we didn't have the food there, they would still hang out with us because we have such strong relationships. And that training that we put into them is why they stay with us. So we reward them when they're doing something we ask them to do. If they do something we don't ask them to do, like fly into a tree, we just ignore that behavior and give them opportunities for reinforcement elsewhere. So that creates a lot of trust with them where they want to come back to us because there's other opportunities for food. And if they do fly away and end up in a tree somewhere else, or they do loops, sometimes that's the most fun flyover in my opinion. Don't ask my team that, they might not agree with me. But I love when our birds kind of show their natural ability for flight, where they kind of just go on and do what they think is really fun that day. And when they do that, we are able to find them, because they're very loud animals, so they'll scream their heads off typically if they're in a location they don't recognize. And then when they see their trainers, they oftentimes are doing everything they can to get down to us as quickly as possible because they recognize us and they're ready to come home. We don't ever stress about them ending up in a tree just because we have trust in them, just like they have trust in us for this behavior. And it doesn't happen all that often, but we do want them to know that if something really scary happens, say a hawk flies into the area, we want them to know that they can safely get away from them and go somewhere else, and then we will be there to get them home. Our Macaw Flyover is such an important experience for our guests and makes such close connections with our macaws because it is so up close and personal. Our goal with this behavior was to create an opportunity where people are experiencing something they're not going to experience anywhere else in the world, where these macaws are literally buzzing you with their feathers. And it's just like, I just got goosebumps talking about it. But it's just such a cool experience. I still enjoy it every single day, and I've been doing this with them for over 10 years now. But it gives guests that up-close view of the birds, and it creates a connection that has a lasting impression on everyone. So hopefully people are inspired to help these species out in the wild. Thank you for joining us to learn more about our Macaw Flyover and how we train this behavior. If you have not seen this behavior in person, I highly recommend you coming here to see it because it is a very inspiring behavior to see in person. And it gives you that up-close view that you might not ever get to experience in your lifetime. And it really makes a connection with you and the birds where you hopefully will be inspired to help out this species because they are facing problems in the wild and have population decline. due to habitat loss and deforestation. So coming to the zoo is one way you can help out our macaw species in the wild.